It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from the Superdome. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's good take running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback from Western Kentucky by way of South Florida. It's Mike White.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming out, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd and 8 coming up. To throw, White. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Now White. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, it's White. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Back to the ground with Hall. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now White. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now, the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over. Yeah,
it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 5 now. Dalton. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Passing, it's Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. And they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. Let's take it inside his own 40. And running with power here. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A play fake, now White. Open man here is Conklin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll run with Hall. Gets around him. Room here to run. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And the next-gen stats tell us he took it better than 30 yards after that initial contact. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zonovan Knight, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old-school I.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Play action now, Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Play action here with Dalton. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On the Jets sweep, here comes Moore. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Taken down by Pete Werner. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 45 on second down, White. And this is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Jarvis Landry who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, White. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
White looks to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And I feel like my man, Old Momentum, might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe Momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Taken down at the 42.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And his throw is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. To throw on 2nd and 10, Dalton.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a handoff up the middle. Knight. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Bawden taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Dalton now to pass. Olave holds it in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Andy Dalton. He completes it to Olave. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before. That's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw here, Dalton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This will be Dalton again. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 17 yards out. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's polished off through the air with a touchdown to Alvin Kamara. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On 1st and 10, White. And he will find his man on the outside. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Six yards left on 2nd down.
White. And Davis has it over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. A final shot before break.
Right. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for the Jets. They've had some success on the ground, and with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On first down, it's White. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It would be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Dalton.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Saints use the short field to get in for 6. To a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, extra point away from tying things up. That's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied at 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. New York sent to take the field. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny. And
that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off play action, here's White. And that is incomplete. It's been a struggle for him improving yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the 2nd half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's White. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And his pass incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the 1st half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Dalton sets up play action. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Dalton. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Tries it left side and finds Olave. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
Now Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
Now White with a first down throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, Jets.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
90 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. The play fake, now White. And this one is incomplete.
It has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
White looks to throw. And he completes it to Wilson. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. To throw, White. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on third down? Now White. Out to the right here to Wilson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that third down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 2nd down, it's Knight, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple and leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 31, Dalton. His throw incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that was sending them back to the drawing board.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw here, Dalton. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints 1st down on the pickup of 13.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, watching a drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 74 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Kamara off the draw. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away. But
no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Dalton now to pass. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Big 3rd down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. So Dalton now. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And New York set to take the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, White. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Got the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give running right is Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The offense on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now White. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and 4.
White. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's White. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They'll give to Hall.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw. White.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. From the 36, Dalton.
Pass complete, Thomas.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Dalton. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Dalton. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's Dalton. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. They run it again with Kamara, and they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Jets now down on the scoreboard. A little over 20 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. It took us until the final play charge to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew
that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.